Murder Mystery 2 is old, like really old, and somehow this game managed to pull in around 850,000 players. Just think about that for a second. There are Roblox games being released every single week with insane graphics, massive updates and entire teams working behind them. And still we have Murder Mystery 2. The same basic idea: murderer, sheriff and innocent. You run around, try not to get stabbed, and somehow millions of people still care. But here's what I actually want to know: how did this game become so popular again? Because there's something about this game that Roblox has never really been able to kill. If you showed someone MM2 for the first time today, they probably wouldn't look at it and think, yeah, this is going to become one of Roblox's biggest games. The graphics aren't revolutionary, the gameplay is incredibly simple, and once you've played a few rounds, you basically understand the entire concept. You're either trying to survive, figure out who's the murderer, or you're the murderer. That's it. But somehow, that simplicity might actually be one of the biggest reasons why MM2 survived, because it lets the players create the actual drama. The real game isn't the coding or the map, it's you and your friends screaming at each other in the chat, guessing wrong and completely losing your minds when you get betrayed. Plus, the creator pulled off a genius move by turning the game into a massive trading simulator. Suddenly, it wasn't about winning rounds anymore, it was about flexing the rarest goldies and chromas in the lobby. At the end of the day, MM2 proves that you don't need a massive budget or crazy graphics to make a good game. You just need a fun, fast loop that people never get tired of playing together. Also, in MM2, you don't need a 20-minute tutorial. You don't need to memorize, let's say, 47 abilities. You don't need to watch 3 YouTube videos before you even understand what's happening. You just join, you get a role, and within about 10 seconds, you're playing and you know exactly what to do. That instant gameplay is exactly why it hooks you. There is no waiting around, no steep learning curve, and absolutely no homework required just to have fun in the game. You press play, you're immediately in the action, and even if you die first, the rounds are so fast that you're right back in the mix a minute later. It completely respects your time, which is a massive breath of fresh air when every other game out there treats it like a full-time job. Also, make sure you like and subscribe. I put a lot of effort into these videos and it will really help the channel. Thank you. And this is where I think MM2 gets seriously underrated. The game is incredibly easy to understand, but that doesn't mean it's boring. Every round is slightly different. You don't know who the murderer is, you don't know whether the sheriff is actually going to save everyone. And if you're innocent, you're basically spending the entire round thinking, okay, who's acting suspicious? Then someone gets killed, everyone starts running. The sheriff pulls out their gun, and suddenly the entire server turns into a low-budget action movie. That pure chaos is where the game really shines. It forces everyone to immediately panic, start typing frantically in the chat and completely distrust their own friends. You go from casually walking around a corner to dodging a flying knife across the hallway in a split second. It's hilarious, it's intense and unpredictable every single time, which is honestly impressive for a game with such basic mechanics. And this is where MM2 has a massive advantage over newer Roblox games, the pure nostalgic factor. There are people playing today who remember jumping into the game years ago. They remember the classic maps, the old school items, the early days of trading, and when certain weapons were considered insanely rare. The genius part is that when these players finally come back, they don't have to start from zero. They already have those memories attached to the game. It creates this crazy emotional loop where the game feels like a time capsule. You can log off for 3 years, come back, and your favorite skins are still sitting in your inventory, except now they are legendary pieces of Roblox history. It connects the older community with the brand new players, keeping the game relevant across entire generations of gamers. But nostalgia alone doesn't explain everything, because MM2 has another secret weapon that keeps people hopelessly hooked: trading. And trading completely changes the game. Suddenly you're not just playing standard survival rounds anymore, you're collecting things, hunting down ultra rare skins, checking value lists and trying to pull off the ultimate trade. You might log on wanting to have a little fun for 20 minutes and 3 hours later you find yourself deep in a rabbit hole, researching whether your virtual knife is worth more than someone else's virtual knife. It transforms a basic social deception game into a high-stakes economy where your inventory becomes your ultimate status symbol. It adds a whole second layer of progression that gives you a reason to keep playing long after you've mastered the actual matches. But here's where things get interesting. Because if MM2 is doing so well, then why do so many players constantly complain about it? This is the massive elephant in the room that you just can't ignore. MM2 can have hundreds of thousands of active players and still be drowning in massive problems. The gameplay loop can start to feel incredibly repetitive. Some of the core systems feel totally stuck in the past, and new players get absolutely crushed trying to understand the brutal trading economy. After you've got enough rounds, the burnout hits hard and you definitely start thinking, okay, I've literally done this exact same thing 1,000 times before. And honestly, it gets way worse when you look at the server lists, because the game is absolutely crawling with bots. You join a lobby hoping for a fun match, and half the server consists of automated account coin farming, spamming sketchy website links in the chat, or completely ruining the social vibe. It creates this weird love-hate relationship where the community is totally addicted to the game, but they are also completely exhausted by the bot waves and the lack of massive updates, proving that even the biggest titans on Roblox aren't bulletproof. And also, MM2 doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be fun enough to come back to, and that's a massive difference. There are games that are technically better than MM2 in almost every single way. Better graphics, more content, bigger maps, more complicated mechanics. But if you don't feel like coming back tomorrow, none of that matters. That replayability is the ultimate cheat code for longevity. A studio can spend millions of dollars creating the best game that they possibly could, but MM2 works because it doesn't try to overachieve. It knows exactly what it is. It targets that raw, chaotic human interaction that you genuinely look forward to experiencing with your friends after school or work. At the end of the day, a flashy game might catch your eye, but a game with soul is the one that keeps you hooked for a decade. And that's why the 850,000 player number is so interesting, because it isn't just showing that people can play MM2, it's showing that people are still willing to choose it in 2026 after all these years. In a Roblox ecosystem where games can blow up overnight and disappear just as quickly, MM2 keeps finding its way back into the spotlight. That kind of staying power is almost unheard of on this platform. When you look at how fast trends move, with massive front page games losing 90% of their players in a single month, MM2 defies the odds in 2026. It proves that no matter how many flashy new titles drop, players always crave that familiar, comforting chaos. It's a living legend of the game, showing the entire industry that if you nail the core human experience, your game won't just survive, it will completely dominate the competition for generations to come. So when people say MM2 is dead, I don't really know what they're talking about, because a dead game probably shouldn't be pulling numbers like this. The real question isn't, is MM2 dead? It's how long can MM2 keep doing this? Because if it can keep bringing players back after all these years, maybe MM2 isn't surviving Roblox. Maybe Roblox is what's keeping MM2 alive. It's the ultimate relationship when you really think about it. Roblox provides the massive built-in audience of millions of kids logging on every single day, and MM2 provides that perfect unkillable gateway game that keeps them glued to the platform.